The Gauntlet is a BladeBound series and sponsored by Emberscreen. Try Emberscreen today.
All right, so I had it right here. Where's my fear tracker? Where's all my notes? Why are my notes gone? All my notes from last session were here.
AJ?
I can't find anything.
AJ?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Everything. I've lost my stat blocks, my fear tracker, the rulings I made last session. I had a PDF that had all my notes and had another PDF that had all my adversaries, and now I can't find anything.
You're tabbing again, aren't you?
I mean, no, I have screens. I'm organized.
AJ, you sound stressed. Just use Emberscreen.
I have a screen.
No, not that kind of screen. Emberscreen. It's that one focused digital GM screen built for Daggerheart. It has fear tracker, stat blocks, rulings all in one place and all in one tab. You just set it up before the session and just run the game.
Wait, so I can have everything on one tab? I can have my encounters, my fear tracker, and not lose my thread?
Exactly. No juggling PDFs, no screenshots. You just stay locked in on your players in the moment.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
I mean, it is. Just check out Emberscreen. If you want to run Daggerheart without breaking immersion, this is it. It's so easy, literally Adam can do it.
I just GM'd 4 campaigns.
And if you want to try it out, use code BladeBound at checkout on Emberscreen. That gets you 20% off Emberscreen purchases.
That's BladeBound. It's all caps, no spaces, 20% off. Check out Emberscreen. Hey everyone, I'm AJ from BladeBound Saga, and welcome back to The Gauntlet. This is a series where we explore every official Daggerheart campaign frame one by one in different one-shot adventures. Today, we're stepping into Five Banners Burning. This is a setting where the entire continent is on the verge of war. A time of peace is now threatened as alliances are being crossed and nations' leaders seem to just can't keep it together. But as you can see, I'm not alone here today. Joining me, as always, we have Daniel, our GM, and Adam, also the BladeBound boys, as we've been called somewhere around in the Rift. But also, we have some very special guests with us from our community. Through our Discord, we actually had a poll put up, and we had a ton of entries, and we have a few select people here that are joining us here today. And I'm going to go ahead and just let them introduce themselves. Starting with, who do we want to start with, guys? Let's start with John, since he's the first name I saw.
Hey, gang. My name's John. I learned about BladeBound Saga when I got addicted to Daggerheart when it released, read through the book, and thought it was amazing, and went looking for every podcast and YouTube I could find, and theirs was the first that kind of popped up. And then I found that they run games and joined a few, and yeah, it's just a fantastic community. I absolutely love the Daggerheart group. It's just so many good people telling good stories. It's great to be part. Let's go to Prince.
Popcorn.
Yes, extra butter. Hi, I'm Prince. I also kind of went out searching for DMs for when Daggerheart was announced. Didn't really have anybody that was running it, and found BladeBound Saga through Start Playing. Instantly became addicted to not only the game, but also the community. They're a whole lot of fun. Absolutely chaotic group with great storytelling potential. So come join us on the Discord on Start Playing. Sign up today.
Just potential, though. That needs to be seen.
Yeah, we don't know yet. It's still yet to be seen.
I mean, it's all up to how they play and join us, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess popcorn, to the last but not least, Zane.
Zane or Fable. Either one works. Some people might know me as Adventure Lies Ahead on various different platforms that I have not been on in a bit because life is crazy and I plan on starting things in the new year, so I'll worry about that later. But yeah, you can thank the Pocket Dimension for me being here. The Pocket Dimension is the first time I heard of BladeBound Saga, and then I saw it on Reddit and I was like, what's this? I was like, oh, Daniel seems like a cool guy. Paid games? Take my money. And now here we are. Now Daniel gets to deal with my chaos every other Saturday in a ridiculous character that will not be like this one at all.
Oh, man.
We'll see.
Yeah, so I personally have played with all these guys before. It's awesome. Great time. These are great players. We're gonna have a link to our Discord below in the description. So if you want to play some games, talk about Daggerheart or anything nerdy for that matter, join the Discord.
Yeah.
We will post games that we have going on too. So if you want to jump into some games, that's where you can find us. But I think I've done enough talking for now. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to our GM, Mr. Senor Bryce Conway.
And with that being said, I think we're going to jump into the adventure here. I'll have everyone introduce their characters in a little bit of a different fashion, unlike this episode or some other episodes that we'll have in the future. But with that, is everyone ready to kind of dive into Five Banners Burning?
Oh, yeah.
I have to wait until next week. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. We'll reschedule this for next time.
Yeah, I have to go wash my dog real quick, actually.
All right, let's dive in.
Ask summon horror.
Horror.
Summon horror.
Yeah, I don't, yeah.
That is a natural
20?
20. I don't think I've ever had anyone quadruple the severe threshold.
Quadruple it?
This would be a first.
Wow.
5 years after the war, peace on Althea stands at this point at a knife's edge. And the discovery of a large energy pulse in a neutral borderland territory known as the River Span threatens to now upset this balance of peace. Rumors kind of claim that there's a relic from the Age of the Gods. Some say it's an engine that was created long ago. Some even go so far as to say this is a completely new and foreign technology from lands and eras above. Each one of you, as a nation, has been dispatched to delegate, investigate, under a banner of cooperation. However, in truth, each ruler has made their command very clear. Bring home advantage. We sit currently in a kind of hilltop carriage of sorts, heading towards kind of the border. We see Archseeker Vexmore. John, your character, Brother Calum, is in this vehicle with Archmage Vexmore. Vexmore looks right at you, and as Vexmore begins to inspect you, can you describe to me what Brother Calum looks like?
Brother Calum is a very large, kind of just bulky human, wearing simple robes in grays and whites. Across his lap is an extremely large, heavy warhammer, which is chained to his right wrist. The chain wraps around his wrist and has been there for most of his life. He has kind of a monk's type haircut where it's, just the minimum amount of hair on the top, a little bit of a tuft of beard, kind of just a very solemn, almost like expressionless look on his face as he rides along, staring slightly out the window while listening to his superior tell him all the orders that he needs to follow.
Yeah. Calum, we're approaching the ship. From here, there's not anywhere I can go. The delegates have also been chosen. I'm sure they're here on their own intents and plans. Remember that this could be something given by the god himself.
And which god would that be?
Does it really matter which god? Anything divine to hold the presence, the gaze of our people, to say that we have a relic of old, doesn't matter.
It might.
Well, whatever it might be, ascertain its abilities to be used in worship to give the people of Hilltop, to allow them to bask in radiance, and allow for us to finally take a head of this alliance or quell those who wish to silence the faith.
I will bring light to the people, my lord.
As you feel the carriage kind of come to the stop, we're kind of at a shore town. This kind of large cobblestone street. You're at a larger city, currently in Armada, as Armada is the closest nation to this neutral zone. However, we see at the current moment a group of soldiers that are currently riding a military vehicle, kind of made out of steam, and inside Marshal Bren, our Ashforge, this kind of larger Earthkin military soldier, is giving orders and kind of finishes kind of screaming at the rest of the crew to make sure that we get there faster. Seems like you all are a little behind, but kind of goes under. And as he closes the door to the back end of this very large military vehicle, he stares at you, Baracus. Adam, can you describe what we see?
Yeah, Barakos is a Infernus, getting along in age. He's definitely past his prime, but still makes an effort to work out, and he's relatively fit for an older 60s or so Infernus. Two horns come out of the front of his head and curl straight backwards. He has long white hair, big mustache, little beard coming down. He has the look of superiority. In his age, he is prideful, and you see kind of long robes over top of him. He always walks with a scepter in his right hand, and you see a pretty much permanently affixed leg brace on his right leg from old past injuries. Yeah, probably good. And he's purple-ish in hue, kind of a darker purple.
Ashforge, or Bren, who you kind of more closely call him, given your nature, just sits across from you as you stand a little bit, just recognizing his position now as Marshal General. Barakos, just sit. You don't have to stand in my presence.
I'm well aware I don't have to stand in your presence. He sits.
Hard to think that they would choose you as a delegate, coming out of retirement just for this. Do you think you still have what it takes? We aren't as young as we used to be.
You can speak for yourself. I am doing just fine, thank you very much. I have no concerns of my ability for this task that you've given me.
Relax. It's just us in this room.
Why are we even doing this?
Orders from the top.
And once again, why are we doing this?
Thane is not the powerhouse it used to be. whatever this is on the other side of the ocean could bring stability back to us, placing Justine as a head of might and power. The people can rely on us once again. I know your thoughts on power, thoughts on leadership, but why did you volunteer for this anyway?
I spent most of my life serving poor leaders, serving people who did not care for the general population, serving people who were disinterested in the peons. I foolishly still believe that Justine can change and be better. Better than Voldane ever was or ever will be. And if I may, in my ever approaching final days, make a difference, I will do what I can.
We're all approaching final days. It's only a matter of time before someone takes my position. It's only a matter of time before some hero in the rough shows up. And we are just history.
May it be a good history then.
Should be arriving anytime shortly. The rest of the delegates from the other nations will be there, and they'll see to it that you arrive. Remember, we've made friends with Tidebreaker. I'm sure those alliances will come, given you all are alone out there. He kind of like reaches his hand out to grab like your forearm for like a handshake of solidarity.
Yeah, one of these things.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, love that. Yes, brother. Thank you.
Panning over, we see once more now an individual who is currently or we see this kind of vehicle that's currently like flying through the air. You hear the sounds of propellers as some sort of plane, some sort of vehicle is just moving at immense speed, heading towards Armada in this city. Inside, we see Magister Lyson Corvell, this kind of very well decorated and known arcanist who's currently flying this vehicle and kind of like screams out to the cockpit kind of out loud. It's like, so you're the delegate that they sent out for Polaris. You're not much one for talking, but how's everything back there? We should be landing here in a moment. And as they kind of look over to the cockpit, can you describe to me what the doctor looks like?
Yes, Doctor, as a... I haven't thought of a last name. Dr. Bitterstem is this... on the outside, looks relatively presentable. Has a fungal, has this... Like his mushroom cap is like grown into what most people would expect, like a part hat, part hood that also like extends forward is like a plague doctor's mask with this sharp hook to it, and there is tons of scarring across parts of it. It looks like it grew over some kind of injury. He has this heavy coat on underneath. There's a couple of vials that are strapped across different things, different pieces of Polaris technology that is bolted in. It seems like at different parts, almost like reinforcing parts of his older, aging body.
As kind of screaming out, do you respond to Magister Corvale?
How old is Magister Cordell?
Fairly young.
Fairly young. Then yes. If he was older, he'd be closer to death, so it wouldn't matter for the doctor. But he'll like, yes. Words are difficult when you're as damaged as me. But work is work. must be done. You have a family, Cordell?
I have a wife and one on the way.
Just curious, that's all.
Corvale kind of looks or kind of continues forward, whole hands on the steering wheel of this plane, just kind of mutters to himself, and you can kind of hear this like, that's not strange at all. As he says, oh, we're beginning our descent, and starts like descending downwards. As you feel this vehicle, this is for the most part experimental, but very stable while you are descending on this plane. It's like, I don't see anywhere open. That road should do. And just starts like kind of making loud sounds. You hear basically what sounds like, those like party favors that like make those like clipping sounds. And it's like, it's just basically a large rattle maker. Just starts making that sound on the outside and just starts rattling as people from all over just start like running out of the way. They're not really sure what's going on. You see some of the military of Armada kind of running forward to try to figure out what's going on. Is this an attack? They don't see any missiles being shot. And as it kind of hits touchdown, it lands. It's not the smoothest landing by any stretch of the imagination, but you eventually kind of coast on this road as its runway. Corvale says, oh, that is always my favorite part. Well, Doctor, we are here. I'm gonna grab some food and just kind of like opens the cockpit, steps out, doesn't park it anywhere. It's literally right on the road, and like takes out this this stool essentially to kind of help you down, and takes you into the port of Armada. While at the port in Armada, we see a individual on a ship. This is the High Admiral Saressa Tidebreaker. This is a infamous pirate captain who has shared names upon names with a variety of different fleets and is the commander of the entire naval federation of Armada. Kind of standing tall, just kind of as a show of display. You see sailors and pirates in various attire standing shoulder to shoulder, as has unified the entire nation together to be Armada. And as they're kind of in the midst of the ceremony, this plane lands. People are beginning to move. Saressa looks over and says, "That must be Polaris." Standing behind is Alkir. Alkir, can you describe to me what your character looks like?
Alkir is a kind of deep crimson in furnace. He's got silver hair that kind of is windswept, a pair of horns that pulls back, but the tips of it kind of curl back inward into themselves, almost like a crown. He's adorned in very light clothing, a leather kind of jacket with the fur coating on the top to keep himself warm. You would see that there's a bit of a bandolier around his chest underneath the jacket where a small revolver is poking out and 2 daggers are adorned to his sides. He's standing there with what looks like a silver hairpin, and he's just been twirling it between fingers, half paying attention, half looking off to the horizon.
Saressa takes a quarter turn and notices that your lack of focus is not there, or notices your lack of focus. Alkir. I believe that's one of our allies from Polaris.
Oh, goody. Is that... I think I know that one.
Kind of like Alkir kind of like, Saressa kind of like takes her saber, still sheathed, and like kind of smacks your like your shins and your shoulders to straighten you out.
Right. Yes.
It's best that we present ourselves well in front of guests.
You're right. My apologies.
What do you take of this, Doctor?
I take that he's a brilliant individual, very obsessed, very driven with his research, and that kind of drive can be useful in pivoting and kind of steering, but also a very dangerous and brilliant mind.
You can feel a little bit of resentment that Saressa has on you, as you don't feel that Saressa picked you specifically in the votes of many potential delegates.
Mhm.
Looks at you, and you were chosen because of your relationships that you've made. Remember, relationships can be broken. Relationships can be forged, built up. Choice is yours as the representation of Armada, and I ask that you take this seriously.
The entire goofy facade drops for a moment, and the smile kind of goes cold. What better way to really bring people in than to have them a bit confused? I will do my best, I guarantee you that.
Good. The ship should be ready, but we're still missing one more delegate. Ugh. Voldane. Where are they? As we see Voldane with about 12, a variety of like 12 different carts. And you are currently sitting in the second cart here, Oswald, by yourself. Can you describe to me what Oswald looks like?
Yeah. So Oswald is a obviously younger Simia, a little bit smaller in stature. He probably stands at about 4.5 feet tall. He's definitely in your regular soldier garb. He's got leather armor. It seems to be a little bit more well-made than your basic foot soldier. He has some accolades across his chest and on his shoulder. He's got his longbow on his back, and right now, sitting here in the back of this cart by himself, he's making sure all his arrow tips are sharp. So you see him with a whetstone, sharpening his arrows, making sure that his dagger is everything's in tip-top shape.
Yeah. This card itself was sent by the leadership of Voldane. Queen Dorthane is the kind of the monarch of Voldane. And you see kind of just sputtering on some sort of like hologram of sorts. I'm in the center of this carriage. She apparates. Says, I've been notified that you are almost there. Seems that it has taken you quite some time. That's fine, they can wait. I love it when we do that to them.
Yes, Your Grace. By your for your pleasantries.
You know your nation well. I will say that. Have you found any information out prior to arriving? Looked into this land beyond further?
Unfortunately, nothing has come across my lap. But seems to be an interesting group of people we have coming. I think I saw something fall from the sky earlier. Looks like a failed Polaris experiment again. But believe me, I will be keeping my notes and gathering all the information I can.
Good thing we have such a good relationship with Armada, as I'm sure they'll be fine with delaying departure by an hour or so. Oswald?
Yes, Your Grace.
And her demeanor kind of drops a little bit. If you want everything to go back to how they were, to go back to the time of peace, the whole nation is relying on you. Every single member of this nation. If you fail us, is placed in deep.
Your Grace, you sent the best. You will get results.
Good. I'm glad that I did. Best travels as the hologram kind of begins to fizzle and fade.
Yeah. You'll see Oswald kind of bow as it fades away. And he'll see to himself, "Phew. This has got to go well." Having to pump himself up a little bit.
Over the course of time, eventually Voldane makes it into the city. The rest of you all kind of waiting aboard the ship, taking kind of this sloop that's intended to get places fast and be manned with a fairly small crew. It's just the 5 of you. And during this time, as we you see the sun rise and set as you all are heading towards this land known as Ribbonspan. The storm at the current time is churning endlessly. Forks of like blue and gold lightning kind of smatter and almost like they're dancing in the sky. And there's stone that floats as you are all kind of overseeing Riverspan and the ecology from afar. We take a few moments here. I want you to describe, as for the sake of this one shot, I want you to describe how each one of you overcame the vast dangers of Riverspan to arrive currently now at an outpost in closer towards the center. So, whether this was something on sea, I'll throw this all to you, whoever wishes to go first. And I just want to see how your character specifically took charge, showcasing the nature of your nation as you are traveling across Riverspan, or even arriving there on sea.
And Riverspan is a ocean we're traveling across?
Riverspan is the land itself. Ribbonspan used to be the area of this ocean, but Ribbonspan is an island that has emerged from the sea.
Okay.
Does not exist here before, and only because of how arcanely unstable this place has been. Everyone's eyes have been on Ribbonspan. And so above the table, what this essentially will kind of be is you have a moment here to basically montage your character and show just how or why they were specifically chosen here in a feat of strength.
All right, I'll go ahead and start. So Calum has been seasick for most of the voyage. Hilltop is not known for its navy, and this is honestly probably Calum's first voyage. He's not familiar with ships and was kind of surprised that his body betrayed him. At one point during the voyage, he went over and talked to the doctor, who he heard was addressed as the doctor. And he's like, "Brother, doctor, help me. I don't know what's wrong. Please." And subjects himself to a variety of experiments from the doctor. And then it revives him enough so that he can start to be useful around the ship. As he's gaining his sea legs, the storm hits and things go awry. We're a small crew on a ship that's a little too large for a small crew, and some of the rigging breaks loose, and Caleb just immediately throws out his hammer, which loops through it, ties it all in, brings it back to him, and then he just leans back and basically holds the mast and sails tight with his body, and just is muttering in prayers to some unknown god. End this, my lord. Let us get there in one piece, I pray.
Can you just make me, I would say this would be a spellcast roll, invoking the power of essentially God, as is often stated in Hilltop. All follow anything that brings people joy. Hilltop, I would assume here in this setting, kind of claims all deities as for a deity for Hilltop.
So Calum is a divine wielder, so his spellcast roll is based off of strength.
Perfect.
And I get an 11 with fear.
11 with fear. We'll take that. With an 11 with fear, kind of pulling into it, some of the rigging kind of goes wide. The strength of your god is almost, it's not that the strength is not there, but as you kind of pull, the divine magic that normally would strike and be channeled through you, you almost feel getting kind of magnetically pulled from the island itself. As it's beginning to siphon some of your energy away. In doing so, you manage to hold on to enough that keeps the boat moving, but as soon as you get past kind of this large river hump, the rest of the rigging kind of just like collapses and cracks as you're now all coasting. I'm gonna kind of put this over to Al-Khair. Given that the boat no longer has its sails in full commission, how do you overcome this as Armada?
Seeing the signs that the ship is about to go, he spends a quick moment kind of taking an analysis of all the situation and variables, and then begins positioning the ship to use Brother Calum's strength to where it would then navigate and propel the ship in a way that they would be able to coast without worry, kind of using that own strength in a finesse and a pivot that would ride us through the waves, knowing the tides and the way that these waters work.
I am going to say, given the mechanics of this frame, Armada and Hilltop are not allies, so this roll will be made with a -2.
I'd actually like to burn a hope to use my experience of high risk, high reward for this kind of risky situation. So, let's see. How do I share my screen? Because we haven't locked things together. But
Did you just crit?
Uh-huh. Hang on. How do I share my screen?
I will.
It's either crit
I mean,
or
if you crit,
so,
you crit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Crit on double or double what?
He's got 2 11s plus 3, so that's 25, plus the 2 experience is 27.
Easily done. As you, despite Brother Calum, you are able to kind of take the ship and begin to just coast in. You know that this is not going to be a great landing if you continue to coast. And on that critical, I would say that as you start to spin the wheels of the ship enough to where it's going to land. And this is going to be hard to. You're going to have to deal with the ship afterwards. But you end up like kind of coasting alongside the shore till eventually you kind of land sideways on the island itself. As you do so, everyone's able to kind of maneuver out of the boat. The boat currently is on the shore of this beach, but you hear the immense kind of crackles of lightning, and you see the stones once again just continuing to float in the space. It's incredibly unstable here. You all know, though, that you are all heading to a kind of small camp that was set, and there should be a delegate there, a kind of neutral surveyor known as Tessin. You all have been given kind of this debrief of making it to arrive to this camp. So the 3 of you that have not gone yet, can you describe to me the obstacles ahead and how you overcome them?
I think Barakos, as soon as we make footfall, takes a brief moment to essentially rally our group together, and he just speaks up and, gentlemen, I know many of us do not get along well. I know that many of us would wish that some of the other of our group were not here. I will take this time to extend an olive branch. I will take this time to say that each of us should walk into this, whatever we may be walking into, with a fresh hope of one another. I ask that you would give me the same grace as I am prepared to give you. And I will use my Bard class feature of Rally, give everybody a D6 Rally die.
Sure.
For the future. And just try to encourage our group to have some camaraderie despite our vast differences.
Can you just make me a presence roll?
Sure. Could be better. 12 with hope.
12 with hope. You do gain that hope. All of your alliances here currently, kind of moving towards Baracus. None of you feel moved enough to address any direct changes. However, you will all, as this is a joint effort between the nations, be civil in this moment. I am going to spend a fear, and I am going to use the environment of unstable terrain, and I am going to make an attack roll at one of the 5 of you. Let me just roll a d6.
If we just say not
That's
it and
a
it's not
6.
us, right?
That's a 4. Baracos,
Fitting.
as you
Just finish your speech.
does
Lance, like people working together.
No.
does a 15 hit.
Yes.
Yeah, you just see this forked lightning just smatter you as you take that's cocked 20 points of magical damage from the
Damn.
unstable terrain. This lightning just kind of courses straight through your body and then forks from you. It narrowly misses everyone else. As
Would
you're
we call
sitting.
lightning magical?
I would say lightning is magical.
Okay. It was 20?
20, yeah.
20 points? Okay, it's not going to matter.
Okay.
Oh, it seems that God does not agree with your words, brother.
But
But they are
Oh, sorry.
fickle.
As the lightning strikes, is there any sign of this delegate we were supposed to find?
It's somewhere towards the center, so you guys have to continue moving into the island to find this delegate.
Yeah. So after Oswald will turn back, see Baracco struck by lightning, and chuckle to himself. And that sounds about right. And I would like to see if I could get into a tree or some sort of higher position to see if I can look and see where if I can find this outpost we're supposed to be finding.
Yeah. You can climb on a rock that is currently hovering, as all trees are uprooted in this space.
Yeah, I'll climb on a rock.
Sure. Go ahead. As you do so, just make me an instinct roll.
Instinct roll. Okay, that's 15 with hope.
15 with hope. With a 15 with hope, you do manage to see what looks to be kind of this small, building that has kind of been, torn apart. That currently has on the outside what looks to be like flags sputtering in the wind of all 5 nations. That's clearly the place. However, what strikes you out even more is out beyond. You see this kind of central light that's continuing to radiate this glow of silver and gold colorations as you see it kind of almost like it's moving in the center, like this gyrosphere almost, with winds and kind of just like cycling around it, as it's very clear that whatever's on Riverspan, the source of its power is in the center of this island. With that, you're easily able to begin navigating, but I do need everyone, as I am going to spend another fear. Can I have everyone make an agility reaction roll in this environment as you begin running through the unstable area?
I'm very bad at this. I will spend a hope, if I can, to add my experience twisting nature.
I would think this would apply. Yeah, this would apply here.
Can I spend a hope to help Brother Caleb? Because us knowing, I've met Brother Caleb before. We've been allies, and I know his abilities, and he's a broad man, and agility may not be his strong suit. So
That is true.
Okay.
So I'll spend a hope and give you advantage.
And you said reaction roll?
Correct.
Okay. So, 18 for Alkir.
You do also get a plus. Both of you get a +2, Oswald and Brother Caleb, since you are technically, or you are allies aiding each other.
Then I got a 23, but it's actually a crit.
Oh,
okay. On a crit, yeah.
The trend continues.
It's a reaction roll. So yeah. On a reaction roll, yeah. Whatever else get.
I got a 22.
22. Okay.
11.
11. Okay.
Brockos got a 12, but then his right leg pain really shot out and it turned into an 11.
Okay.
18.
I have a -1.
18. Okay. Barakos and the doctor, as you are kind of beginning to navigate, you see the earth underneath you just immediately begin to rise, and you both are currently on one single large piece of rock that's currently in the air about 50 feet.
I'm going to mark a stress.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you do. You guys both take a stress from that.
Well, that's unfortunate. Well,
And then you mark another stress. Yes.
Yeah, I'm marking a stress for this. There's like this weird. He'll reach up and twist something underneath like the shoulder of the coat.
Okay.
And then there's just like this crawling sound, like metal on metal, as dozens of these like metal beetles start crawling out over parts of him. And I'm going to use the armored beetles
Okay, yeah.
of Conjure's form.
Yeah, you do so.
Preemptively protect myself in case there's rock falls.
Barakos, you see him grab, well, he's holding his staff, kind of point his staff at himself, and I'm going to attempt to make a spellcast roll of levitation on myself to see if I can move myself from here to the ground.
Okay.
It is a spellcast roll, so it's meant to be at another creature.
Sure, I'll allow it. Yeah. If you're just attempting to levitate, just make a spellcast roll to resist because the magic here is very volatile. So just make me a spellcast roll to see if you're able to kind of overcome the unnatural surge of graviturgy here.
Wonderful. 19 with hope.
19 with hope. You immediately begin navigating downwards by yourself. The doctor, you are still on this mound of rock.
Like,
How far away are they from the
50
from
feet
us
in the air,
on
yeah. Just
Yeah, that's
the
what I
rock
thought.
earths and then immediately ascends into the sky.
Doctor, do you need help?
That's a good question. I'll ask the rock, and I'll turn down to the rock, and I'm just gonna be like, "Rock, please be nice. I haven't done anything yet, and I'm asking very nicely. And if I don't ask nicely, I will ask very meanly. So please." And I'm going to use nature's tongue. I attempt to speak to the language of the natural world, if you'll allow it. Normally to plants and animals, but I'm attempting to talk to the rock.
Okay. Make me a spellcast roll. I will say that the DC for this is much higher than your normal DC.
Spend another hope for my twisting nature experience, if allowed.
I'd allow it.
I'm always going to ask if allowed, even if I... No, I mean, it's a good roll. It's 20, but with fear.
Okay. With a 20 with fear, You hear almost this angelic sound. It's not coming from the rock. But you hear in your mind the words, leave me here. And it does not seem to be coming from the rock, but it is, in fact, it almost sounds like the island is telling you to leave.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the doctor would respond. I think he'll just keep that bit of information to himself.
Sure.
That might be something to have an ace up the sleeve later if he knows something in the other.
I'm going to spend another fear here to drop the rock. Can you make me a strength reaction roll?
Oh no.
One of my other best traits. 3 total.
3
Oh
total.
no.
With
Oh,
hope.
no.
Doctor, you take 16 physical damage as the rock drops to the ground.
So the beetles will reduce that by 1 threshold. I'll spend an armor and make it no damage.
No damage.
But the beetles will dissipate after I land.
You do so. The beetles kind of taking the brunt of that hit. You drop as the rocks kind of scatter and crack. You make it down here. The rest of you kind of hearing that sound and seeing the doctor fall. The camp is not too far from here. There's only a little bit of a distance left, but you do see kind of like ahead of you. It doesn't look to be this kind of like. It's not necessarily like the lightning or the rocks that are moving up and floating, but you do see what looks to be mounds of vines that are just constantly like in a waved pattern.
I made it.
Well, wonderful job.
How do you approach the unfurled roots in earth?
It's like, get up. I pop my back. It's like, I can't ask these vines if they would like to move. The rock was not as inclined to be polite, so I don't know if the vines will like.
If you would like to talk to the vines, I guess it would technically still be active.
I have to roll for it every time.
Some would say, Doctor, that the rock is stuck in place. They're quite stuck in their ways.
I don't talk to many rocks. They're not usually the most conversational.
No, usually they're hard-headed.
You said they're vines that are just like...
It's not vines. It's like rooted vines and roots. It's primarily like large roots that are constantly in this motion. It's almost like a sea itself.
Interesting.
Oh. Can I take a moment to kind of watch it to see if there's a pattern that we can use to...
Yeah, make me a knowledge roll.
Let's see here. Not my best, but we're gonna go for it. That is a 7 with fear.
7 with fear. It's hard to tell.
I gain 1 token.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. With that, as you're kind of like, you step a little closer, you just see this like vine kind of like move up, and it's gonna whip you a little bit. Does a... I'm sure a 20 will hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You take 5 points of physical damage as a vine just kind of like, as you're trying to survey, you get a little too close, and one of these like roots and vines kind of like smack you across the face.
That would be karma. Great.
Oswald's going to walk towards Brother Calum. Did the other nations send us a bunch of amateurs? We had one struck by lightning, one fell off a rock, and someone just got slapped by a vine. We have been here a total of 10 minutes.
Do we, how loud was that?
Oswald.
That conversation?
No, that's... I mean, I'll make a stealth check if you want me to, but yeah, that's me and Calum.
Just curious.
Just
nosy.
make me a finesse check, and then Barakos, make me a... Am I saying this right? Barakos or Barakos?
Barakos.
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 Darn it.
Like maracas.
I
Like
kinda wanna
maracas.
join
I'm
in
literally gonna word the
to
word
hear that.
maracas here because I cannot. Barakos, make me a instinct roll.
Can I join in on that?
17.
Yeah, I'll allow it. It would be an instinct. Both of your instincts versus these are all reaction rolls since it's player versus player.
Okay.
But 17.
17.
But you got need to be higher than 17 to hear what.
No,
Oswald said.
not
Okay.
9.
Yeah.
Nah,
9.
8.
Okay.
All right. Caleb will get a tiniest of smiles on the edge of his stern face and be like, Oswald, this land is chaos and madness. We can't judge them too easily. And with that, he's going to turn and look for a large sheet of rock that he could pick up and slam over the top of the vines.
Sure. Make me a feat of strength here, or a roll of strength.
And if possible, I don't really have any good experiences that apply to that. Never mind. All right, just straight roll. Oof. 9 with hope.
9 with hope. That is, you do gain a hope as you carry. You attempt to lift this rock and you can't. I'm going to say you mark a stress here, expelling as much of your, given just how large this rock is needed in order to place. One thing that you notice is the rock itself, you probably should have been able to lift this, but there's something else going on with how the gravity is kind of fluxing, that even this rock that you attempt to lift is much heavier than you expect it to be.
How many vines are there that are in this kind of
seems-
walled off pattern?
It seems innumerable.
Okay.
It only goes up about 20 feet, so it is technically maneuverable if you go over it. But the vines are kind of like moving like a wall and a sea.
Okay. Can I use deft maneuvers to navigate hopping off a rock and something floating to get myself over and to the other side?
What def maneuvers, can you read what that does again?
Once per rest, mark a stress to sprint anywhere within far range without making an agility roll.
Given that this is opposed, I will give you advantage on the roll, but
Okay.
if you mark a stress.
Okay.
Can I hand him the end of a rope before he does that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see why not. I don't know what the laugh is. I'm pretty sure it's a crit though.
That's double twos, my boy.
That is double twos. You gain that stress back, or you clear that stress again, and you gain
Yeah.
that hope. You a la like Chinese what the heck is it called?
Finger tap?
Not the finger tap. Like the
acrobats?
What are they called when it's like the spinning frames and you kind of just like weave back and forth through it? It's like what happens in Avatar. What are those things called?
Oh, the doors?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
spinning
the
doors.
moving doors or
Yeah.
whatever? Yeah, I know what
You
you're talking about. I don't know
navigate
what they're
through
called, but
these
yeah.
woods like spinning doors very easily, kind of taking the rope and navigating through. You get to a point where when a vine's about to kind of scar you, you see, now that you're in the thick of it, thorns that are attempting to scrape you, but you navigate around even the thorns, not taking any damage as you pierce through through this veil. The veil itself was only about 20 feet thick, so it's a pretty large amount of wall, and it just kind of goes endlessly left or to the left and to the right. But you managed to navigate through with a rope that's currently like taut, and the rope, depending on how you're holding it, it's not going to survive long. I'll say that it survives. Actually, it survives a lot longer than I thought. It's going to survive 6 turns. So you have 6 actions before the rope will snap, if you decide to hold it tight.
I'm going to see if I can find somewhere to tie it off, somewhere
Yeah.
a little more structural sound than myself.
Sure, I'll allow it. You tie it off. You're a sailor. I don't think there's any issues with you being able to tie it.
I'm not a sailor.
Oh,
but
you're not a sailor. That's right.
I'm not a
that's all
sailor.
right here. Yeah. Make me a finesse roll.
Okay. That's a 10.
Okay.
What's up?
You're realizing with a rope this large just how much harder it is to tie.
I got little hands.
You got
spider monkey hands.
simian monkey hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can Alkir see kind of through the veil the attempt to tie it off?
You see the attempt to tie it off.
I think at that point, noticing what the plan is, Alkir would kind of look around for a bit of shadow.
Okay.
And then upon finding it, just kind of backwards drop into it, just pop off to the other side to a different shadow. And I'm going to use, what the hell is it called? Shadow Stepper.
Perfect.
And mark the stress.
I will also add, and I forgot to do this earlier, and I'm realizing now, Brother Calum, or Alcair, rolls involving Brother Calum, even though Brother Calum is Hilltop, you can add a 1 there. So your relationship with Hilltop is a additional 1. So wherever it's at now.
Got you.
So
Make a note of that.
I believe that should make it now a -1.
Okay.
Anytime you overcome a roll with someone that you have a negative modifier with, you're going to subtract, or you're going to add 1 to that.
Ooh. Okay,
I like
noted.
that. That's cool.
So he...
That is
kind of
not in the
comes
book. That
up-
is something that I'm homebrewing because I think it makes it a little bit more interesting
Yeah.
just for this adventure.
It's a fun mechanic.
Yeah.
But he'll come out of Oswald's shadow, seeing that, and be like, I can help with this. And kind of
All right,
grab
Sailor
the...
Boy.
Go for it.
I'll spend a hope to help.
Yeah, your current relationship as Armada and Voldane, I believe that puts you at a -1 currently.
-1.
So the help will mitigate. So go ahead and roll me a d6, Oswald.
I'll roll d6. You get a 6.
Okay, so
Nice.
You get a 5.
it's a 5. Yeah,
So
5 overall.
that is 18 with hope, plus the 5 is 23 with hope.
23 with hope. You are Armada. Knots are done at birth. The first thing that you learn as a child is not your first word. It's how to tie a knot. As you do so, you weave and very easily kind of just like do one of those things where you just throw the rope and it kind of curves back and then you pull at the same time. The rope is currently taut. I'll say any actions with this rope are going to be done with advantage. That being said, the countdown will drop down to 5. The rope still has a durability, so
Oswald will give a knowing nod. It's like, maybe not useless after all.
Okay.
In his mind.
yeah. With that success, that is going to be an
Caleb will lean back,
relationship.
pull the rope tight, and like wave to the others. Go through, brothers.
I'll look over to Baracus. What's the saying they use? Age before beauty?
Of course, thank you. Barakos just kind of like pounds his chest a little bit, and I'm going to spend hope for Tava's armor
Okay.
because I do not have a lot of faith.
Yeah.
In my ability to get across this.
Yeah, make me a agility or strength roll. I would say would make
I'm
the
going
most
to
sense here.
spend a
Then-
hope to help.
I think that he gets advantage, right? You said with advantage because of the...
Yeah, you already get
So
advantage.
okay.
You can spend
Oh,
the
I
rope
get
if you want, but
advantage.
you get advantage
No.
because of the rope being taut.
Would he
Cool.
would he also get the bonus, the Armada bonus?
No,
For
because
this?
you're
No?
you're
Okay.
going into it by yourself. Yeah.
Just thought I'd ask.
Strength with advantage is going to be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 with fear.
14 with fear. That is a success. On that roll with fear, I am going to attempt to nick you with some of its thorns. Does a 12 hit?
Sure does.
12. Okay, cool. As you are nicked for 3 points of physical damage.
Got it. All right. I'm glad I used the armor.
Cool. Doctor, next in line.
I will very similar. I will mark another stress. I will call back the beetles to shield myself. As I think me and Barakos are both similarly challenged when it comes to physicality and moving. So we'll see what I got. I mean, I don't think the D6 will make a difference here, but you never know.
Never know.
Well, okay. Well, I rolled a 6, so 12 with hope.
A 12 with hope just succeeds. You do gain that hope. With that roll with hope and a 12, you manage to kind of go through. You are not nicked as you walk across, with Brother Caleb being the only one left on the other side.
All right, and I will pull myself through.
Okay, go for it. Strength or agility here.
12 with fear.
12 with fear just succeeds, but I am going to attempt to nick you as well. Brother Caleb, does a 7 hit?
No, it does
Does
not.
not. Your armor kind of, as it kind of just like scratches up against your armor, it doesn't even dent. You're able to kind of follow through with the remainder of the rope, kind of pulling yourself through. The rope with that, it kind of is stuck to a durability of 2. If you want to keep the rope, you can keep 20 without being perfectly fine. But if you keep the full 50 feet of rope, there's potential for it to snap later on. So it's up to you as how much rope you want to keep.
Yeah, I'll cut it.
Sure. Yeah. So you have 20 feet of serviceable rope. The rest of the 30 feet is gone and kind of just gets whipped up with the rest of the vines. Across this, you make your way to this kind of old, abandoned outpost, this tower of sorts that must have been here long, long ago. You can even see, even now, there's coral that has been growing from it that is currently fully dried out. And as you kind of make your way in, you see like a campfire that is currently like stoked, but it's not like fully inflamed, along with a couple charts of the map itself. In the center of one of these charts, you can see this kind of what is kind of this large central like these rings that are in constant spinning and motion. And you see what, at least who has been surveying this, you see what they've been calling it as the engine, is what they've been kind of essentially calling this thing. But you do not currently see any individuals in this outpost. You should have seen an individual named Tessin Vale, but Tessin is not here.
Brachus will just shout out, Tessin Vale, and scream as loud as he can. I'm not going to do it right now, but
yeah, as you scream out Tessin Vale and kind of you hear it echoing, we kind of pan over to where the engine is itself. You see kind of an individual, looks to be this kind of rogued individual with its hood kind of like it's off with their hair kind of smuttering all over the place as they're standing next to this engine of sorts. They can feel the energy and they're struggling to attempt to pull or trying to pull away from it. And then as you're sitting there, you see one of the these engines and rings begin to spin, and for a moment there's a flash, and Tessin, or this individual, is gone. We come back to you all trying to find out where Tessin is, but is not currently here. And with your surveyor, with your supposed guide, not in this location, what do you all choose to do here?
Kind of seeing the situation and realizing that there's not really anybody there, Alkir's going to start kind of studying, because essentially you said that there's like a map there that charts the area. Does it kind of give us an idea of which way to head off to the engine?
The map is fully in the center. Even from what Oswald saw from atop that floating rock, you know immediately where the source of this is. This isn't a guessing game. This is how do you want to approach. I will also say, in accordance to the image itself, can you just make me a knowledge roll?
Yeah. That's 5 with fear.
5
Damn
with
it.
fear.
But I get another token.
The image itself, it's very clear cut. Like if you're a sailor, you've seen treasure maps before. If there was any treasure of any kind, it would be straight in the center of this. This is what you were all called for, as far as you can understand.
And there are no signs of like a struggle or anything, right? Like there wasn't like an ambush or something with anyone here.
You don't see an ambush. You don't see people. In fact, you haven't seen a single person since you've been here.
What about wildlife?
No
We
wildlife.
heard birds. Nothing.
The only thing that you all have heard is really the only thing the doctor has heard. A voice that told you all to leave, or told the doctor to leave. These rings currently floating in the center, essential core, I guess, of the River Span. How do you want to approach, or do you approach at all?
Well, gentlemen, I think I try and reverse engineer whatever this device is, which I'm confident I could manage and figure out what it does, or we just follow the map. And hopefully the island is more civil going forward. I don't think it likes us.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's going to be kinder the closer we get to its power source, so...
Well, then we
Very
stop
wise.
asking nicely.
I would trust your knowledge of this device more than fighting our odds against this land right now.
Brother Calum, can you make me a presence roll?
Sure. Crit.
On a crit,
Double sixes.
you start looking at the drawing itself. The ring is beginning to spin over and over. And then you notice something about the way that this is spinning, the way that you've been told that this was some sort of device or some sort of essence of divine. It hits you, I think, in this moment that if this is divine of some kind, it could be alive. And the only creature that has ever been foretold as spinning rings, according to your faith, has been seraphs, or what would be a higher tier of seraphs known as a cherubim. This screams to you angelic in some way, shape, or form, though the drawings are misguided.
Yeah, Brother Calum will, as he's looking at the paper and kind of, saying like, Doctor, I think I'll trust your abilities with this more than our success with this land, but I believe that we might not be dealing with a device at all. I believe we might be dealing with a being, an angel, a seraph from the heavens itself. I have seen similar drawings in the past, referring to creatures made of rings compounded upon each other, spinning within wheels upon wheels. So perhaps it is not a matter of technology, but a matter of social skills. And he kind of gets this dour look and steps away.
Are angels known to be friendly, Brother Calum?
They are enigmatic. Similar to gods, they have their own goals, and very little else matters.
These angels sound much like another that I'm aware of.
I can trust someone who's self-serving. At least
Sure
they're
you
honest
can.
about it.
Yes, perhaps that is an angle to approach them.
I think the doctor's going to start walking towards the path that's marked, like the way into wherever this device or being may be. And there's a bit of a what's the word? It's a pip in his step.
Sure.
Pip?
Pep in his step.
Seems almost excited, but in a way that probably makes some of you nervous.
Sure. The doctor, it's very easy to see from here. As some of you may have walked up onto the outpost, you can see a better idea of, you see something moving and spinning in the center, but you do not see it moving horizontally. It's just spinning in the center of this this current wave of energy. So as you all begin moving towards this engine, the wind here begins to pick up, and as you all pass the threshold, can I have everyone make me a presence reaction roll here?
Uh-oh.
Oof.
The wind
bad.
kind of gusts around you, and you feel this overwhelming presence, kind of beginning to start to pull you downwards. I just need to know if you overcome any of this.
21.
21,
18.
Quick
18.
Quick question. Could I use Know the Tide, the Seaborn community ability,
Yeah,
where I can add use a token?
Yeah, if you have tokens for it.
Yeah, I've got 2 so far, so I want to add that +1 because I'm a little paranoid.
I got a 7.
Could I use my Orderborn dedication? I keep my eyes wide open all the time.
Sure. I've got a thing I can do for this, right?
No.
No. All right. Well, 7.
As you pass this threshold, it feels like the tense nature of this space is much larger than it was. Even when you first saw Oswald, it's much further back and a lot more spread out in just the last few moments. And there's an individual that you spot that looks to be this kind of robed individual, but they aren't like your standard humanoid. Instead, they look to be cloaked in this kind of golden thread, and they're kind of, all they are is energy. Oswald, I'll also add here, as you're looking, this looks to be, as far as the paper said, this could only be Thesson Vale, but something has happened to her.
So you said she looks like a ball of energy, right?
Yeah. For those, or what do you say first?
I will kind of ready my bow in my hand and just call out, "Are you a friend or a foe?" And
You hear initially, help me. And then all of you mentally hear, for those who've rolled lower than a 14, you are going to take some stress from this, and you are going to be vulnerable. But you all hear, leave, get out. Who failed? Who rolled lower than a 14?
Oswald
Valkyr.
and Alkir. I think it's just 2 of us.
You both marked 2 stress,
Just 2 of us.
and you are marked vulnerable.
Damn.
At this
That's
point,
unfortunate.
you see as this kind of wave of energy hits your heads, Thesson begins to say, no, no, and just kind of like begins to separate. Her body is no longer her own. As you kind of hear the words from in your mind once more, there's a flash of light that looks all in your direction at the current moment. You're currently at far range from the kind of center of this engine, and you just hear me and leave. I've witnessed much. Rise and fracture, hunger and power. Turn back and leave this shattered place where I may rest. What do you all do as you see what essentially is this light blink, and in the center is a single eye, and you notice that these rings itself are gyrating and hold this massive arcane power in and of itself. It's radiating the energy, and the fluxes of gold and blue lightning are radiating from this creature. The wind being generated are from this creature. What do you do?
Before we do too much, I would like to pull out. The doctor reaches into his coat and he pulls out this little tiny music box.
Mm-hmm.
It's old, it's chipped in places, but it is well shined and well taken care of. And he's going to hand it over to Barakos, as long as I'm saying that correctly.
Mm-hmm.
This may not seem like much, but I get the feeling this may go very poorly. Gentlemen, I do believe whatever orders you were given about returning with this might be out of the question.
Each
Let
one of
me
you.
try to calm it. It hurts.
Sure.
Can you not feel it?
Make me a presence roll. And what do you say as you reach out?
So I Caleb will step forward and be like, "Friend, it is clear you hurt. It is clear you've seen so much pain. But the world does not have to be like this. Calm yourself. Be at ease. And tell us of your story. And I'm going to use Voice of Reason, which gives me advantage on de-escalating violent situations and convincing someone to follow my lead.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to use Bold Presence, which lets me spend a hope to add strength to a presence roll. And I don't know if it could help. Could War Orphan, my experience, apply at all?
I will allow it because of who this thing is.
Okay, awesome.
I'm just waiting for 100 eyes to open up on the wheels. That's all I'm waiting for.
That's an 18 with fear,
18 with fear.
Unfortunately.
Its response to you.
Oh, I didn't get my advantage, sorry. You roll a d6 real fast. 21 with fear.
I am going to start a countdown. The countdown is currently 6 to calm this thing down. But its response to you initially was, I was shaped by the hands of many, divine and mortal, to guard a bridge between what is holy and made. I've witnessed your nations and what they have done. Leave me here as I wish to leave this place. I will take this land that I have been placed on, and you will hold me none. With that roll with fear, I am going to use it immediately, and I am going to use an environment action known as Your Orders. As you attempt to counsel with this, you hear almost the voice of Archseeker Vexmore, as it says, this divine power can aid Hilltop in bringing the people's faith towards its own nation further. I need you to make a presence reaction roll for me, Brother Calum.
Okay. Just straight 10.
With a 10, the voice continues to kind of rack inside you. Brother Calum, you have this immediate understanding that this would be going against the orders of Hilltop to it not directly against, but let me rephrase that. Your order, it wouldn't go against the direct orders, but your goal is to bring this to Hilltop, and it's very clear what Vexmore has said. With that in your mind, Brother Calum, play is still on you all as players.
Yeah, I think Calum's just going to continue to try and calm it and talk to it and, basically, not even really be paying attention to the rest of the folks.
I assume you're kind of taking steps forward, right?
Yep.
All right, wonderful.
As he's taking steps forward, Alkir's kind of mirroring that, kind of hanging back from the group. And I'd like to use Troublemaker in a non-verbal sense to try and provoke this entity, this thing.
Sure. Make me the spellcast roll for Troublemaker.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to... Can we burn a hope for the spellcast roll for an experience?
You can, yeah. As long as it applies.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna burn it for I have my own plans.
Okay.
Oh, that's such a great experience for this.
Right.
Yeah. Why didn't I think of that?
Wait, can I also have it? I have my own plans as an experience?
It's way better than everything I thought of.
I'm gonna... Okay, so that is 24 with fear, but I'm gonna mark 2 stress to use the Infernus ability Fearless to change it to Hope.
Okay, 24 with fear. As you do so, how much?
With hope now.
Yes, yeah, with hope. As you, as you do so, what do you say with this
So
troublemaker?
he's not really verbalizing anything with Troublemaker, but rather as Brother Calum is trying to be warm and kind in the approach, Alkir is mirroring that in being that he's kind of making his way around and just slowly pulling out the daggers to kind of be intimidating to show that this will turn hostile.
I will spend a fear. Wait, how much stress is he taking?
Let's roll that
Or is it
2d4 and see. That is 6 stress.
It's whatever the max.
Yeah. It's the highest D4.
The highest D4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, both are 3s.
Okay.
So 3 stress.
Yeah, 3 stress. I misunderstood.
Okay, yeah, cool. Wonderful. 3 stress.
I was gonna be like,
game.
oh my God.
With that, this creature kind of looks at the two of you. On the success, I'll bring the die down to a 5 because it is technically not a strike. However, it will kind of respond back in saying, "Turn back and leave. Your leaders once saw opportunity in my existence. I will not be chained. That is why I plunged into the depths, and I only wish to leave this plane." I am going to spend a fear and mark one of its stress to use God Rays. On God Rays,
what
I'm
a
going to
name.
target all creatures within very far range. None of you decided to stay back, so that is every single one of you.
To let you know,
I started moving back. Would that count?
Dear Barakos, who might need this here in a second, that trinket I gave you is infused with some Arcana tech. It will reduce any hit points you mark by 1, but only once. So once it's used.
Sweet.
With that, I need it's not a roll to hit. I need everybody to make a presence reaction roll for me.
The presence roll.
Music starts playing from the little box.
You're fighting an angel. It's always going to be presence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's
14.
an 8.
8 is a fail.
Also 8.
Also a fail.
16.
Fail. A 16 just succeeds.
16 with
Just
hope.
succeeds.
It doesn't matter. Reaction.
I failed 2.
Fail. Okay, so with that, you all take half damage for those who succeeded. 17 plus 4, 21 points of magical damage. Half of you succeed, so that would be 11 points of magical damage.
Okay.
None of you are currently marked by it with judgment, so nothing extra happens here.
I have a couple of things in response to that. As while a doctor may look old and frail, there is certainly far more to him than meets the eye. So the first thing is the beetles reduce the damage by 1, so I'll spend a hope to keep that up.
Okay.
Mark an armor slot and make it 0 damage. Has anybody marked hit points from this? That's an important thing.
I did.
Yes.
Perfect. Because I need someone to mark hit points in order to do my number of things. The first thing is mechanically, it is a witch's hex. Mark stress, it is currently hexed. Any action rolls and damage rolls gain a +2 bonus until our GM spends fear equal to 3 fear to remove it. Wild.
Witches
ability.
are so cool.
I love witches.
So good.
So there's these spores that always they're invisible most of the time. They just leak out from the doctor in his vicinity wherever he goes. But then there's like a flare of light along parts of his body that hit some of the Arcana tech and then flare outwards. And as it hits, the energy sticks to it. And then I'm also going to mark a stress for Hideous Retribution. I mark a stress and make a spellcast reaction roll. And if I succeed, I do damage.
Wait, I'm making the roll or you making the roll?
I am making the roll.
Okay, cool. So
That is
do
a
react.
20. Oh, that's a crit.
Okay,
to
on a,
11.
yeah, on a reaction.
So
I
You
told
don't
you
get
everybody
the
was going to get
It's one of
one.
those times I'm going to ask you, since I deal damage with this, do I maximize the damage from a reaction roll?
Can you
for- on a crit?
read to me the ability?
When an ally within close range of me takes damage from a target, I can see. There's no range limit. Wild. I can make a spellcast reaction roll against the target. On success, I mark a stress to deal them D6 magic damage using my proficiency.
I'll allow crit rules to apply here.
So be 12 plus 12 plus 4 is 16 points of magic damage.
16 points of magic damage is a minor wound.
Oh, that's unfortunate news.
That's unfortunate.
With that, I'm going to spend a fear to activate the creature. As the seraph kind of sits, you kind of lash back out.
Quick thing. It technically is 18 to the text. Is that major?
18 is still minor.
Unfortunate. I'm scared,
That's
guys.
not
I'm
good.
scared.
I
That's fine.
am going to. You see this seraph, this cherubim, begin to lift into the air. Now it's currently about it's close range, so about 30 feet in the air, and it's going to look at you, and it immediately is going to like cast this divine light. I am going to spend the fear since you've given me so much to just to take out that hex. With that is going to look at you, and I'll spend another fear to mark you as guilty under judgment. In doing so, whenever you roll with hope, or while guilty, the target does not gain hope on a result with hope. When I succeed on an attack, I deal severe damage instead of dealing damage.
Wait, what? You just deal severe?
Yep.
Oh,
The doctor's about to retire,
That's
guys.
disgusting.
It says,
That's
"Let
gross.
me live. This relic remains untouched by my own ambition. If you persist, I will defend myself, not in anger, but in a simple will to survive. Leave." As it opens its eye, the energy begins to spin. Its rings start to expand, and you now see 6 wings sprout left, up, middle, and bottom. This is your warning. What do you do?
Okay.
I'm afraid.
Yep. In
Is there-
response,
Quick question. Is there any way to remove that mark, the guilty mark?
Yeah, I have to hit you.
Oh, okay. Well,
just a little love tap.
No.
okay, carry on, gang.
In response, I'm gonna make a spellcast roll to try and turn invisible.
Okay. You go for it.
Smart move.
Yep. Damn it, I'm giving him more fear. That's 15 with fear, but I'm gonna mark the stress and turn invisible.
15 with fear. With that, I'm just going to use the environment for orders. As you see immediately with that kind of expel and then the neutralization of that power along with God Rays, this would be an amazing weapon to place at the front of a ship as you hear the voice of Saressa. Just kind of in passing says, "We need something that'll really assert our dominance on, not just on the water, but on land. Something that we could move back and forth." And as soon as it sprouts its wings, immediately you find this as a movable weapon. Play is on you all.
The angel or the
angel.
the relic?
The angel is clearly a weapon. The angel, the relic, it actually, I'll say this. With this, Oswald, you recognize that the angel is the relic.
Okay. All right. I think with that noticing, I'm going to run kind of in a diagonal towards it and ready my bow and take a shot once I get into close range.
Okay. You make it into close range if you wish to take the shot.
Okay. I'm going to spend a token for strategic approach, and I'm going to attack with advantage.
Go for it.
Oh, where's my advantage die? Okay, so that is 17 with hope.
17 with hope is going to hit. Go ahead and add that hope and roll for damage.
And then, and that's just going to be 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage is another minor wound. This thing is still standing. It looks at you. Its eyes turn. I will spend the fear on this. And it's going to jut directly towards you. It just says, "I offered mercy. and just moves at speed. And you don't know how, but it conjures a blade of holy energy, and is going to make an attack roll towards you.
Good luck.
With that is going to be a 17 to hit.
Okay. Is this a melee attack?
This is a melee attack, technically, yes.
Dang it. Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Just barely.
With that, you take...
I think we're going to get a chance for PvP, guys. I think we're going to be dead before that matters.
Yeah.
Possibly.
14 points of physical damage from this blade.
Okay. Okay. That could be worse. I'll mark an armor slot and take a hit point.
I'll also say, in your mind, you immediately look at this, and you see what essentially is this kind of creature, being that if you're not sure what Voldane would do with it, but you do know, and you hear kind of the words of the Queen talk about how Voldane is the strongest and most powerful nation. The worst thing you could possibly do is let it go into the hands of anyone else.
Yeah. A head of an angel is a show of power, is what I'm thinking.
You almost feel like if there's any point, the worst thing that could happen is someone taking it. So that's all you know as a course correction of your actions. Do not let anyone take this from you.
Okay.
Play is still
With
evil.
it, I'm going to swap weapons just as he comes into melee range. I'm going to swap to my dagger and hand crossbow.
The creature itself is about 15 feet in radius. So in its expanded form, it was much smaller, but as the rings grew, it's now 15 feet in radius. So 30 feet diameter.
Okay.
Baracus, what do you do?
Yeah, Barakos has kind of just been allowing nature to take its course here. He's not real excited about the prospect of peace right now. So he is... he's going to look around and shout, Doctor, Alkia, Calum, you stand strong. We must make it out alive. I'm going to use my rousing speech, and all of you can clear 2 stress.
Okay.
Aside from Oswald.
I don't have any stress,
Okay.
but yeah.
Well,
that is super
Alfir and
helpful.
Doctor.
Okay.
2 stress. And then I'm going to go to Old Faithful and cast Fireball at the
Okay.
angel.
Make the attack.
I'm going to try to hit the side not close to Oswald.
Okay, cool.
If it's 15 feet,
I'll allow
in-
it. I'll allow
okay.
it. Yeah, make the attack roll.
I'm not that malicious.
Oh,
yet.
Mr. Nice Guy over there.
Not yet.
No, this nice guy.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I missed.
Yeah.
I rolled the lowest possible roll you can do in Daggerheart.
You
It
rolled
is. It's a 1 and a 2, but it is with hope.
Okay. For the roll with hope, it kind of goes wide. It looks over at you. I will endure, and harm will not bend me. And I would say that in your mind, it kind of becomes clear that this is a weapon. This is a soldier with some force of will. There is a possibility of a reasoning with it. However, this is what happens when you have a what's it called? What happens when you have like an unbroken horse? You get the sense that even in your old age, that there's potential to break this thing to cause it to serve, and that's the immediate Justine thinking. Wherever you have in your personal thoughts, I'll leave that up to you.
Okay.
But creature looks at you, and I am going to say, Oswald, its focus is still maintained on you, given that it missed. Oswald, there's going to be another attack towards you.
It missed. It didn't miss me. That's for dang sure.
Well,
I'm
Baracus missed. Oswald, that's going to be a 20 to hit, which I'm sure it
Yeah.
does. With this blade once more.
Why is that hitting me? The guilty party.
17 points of physical damage.
Okay. We're okay. We're okay still. My armor slot and a hit point.
I am going to. I'm not going to spend Relentless here. I'm just going to allow it to continue moving. It passes back to you all.
I think Calum's really feeling torn right now because, like, here's this, spiritual entity that kind of is a fellow war orphan, obviously, like, he, feels like he kind of understands its desire to just be left alone, and he sees everyone else just immediately seeing it as something to use for value. And he's going to, like, continue to try and talk to it and be like, I understand your pain. How may I help you be free before my allies take you down and use you?
Make me a presence roll. You do have advantage because of your feature.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to spend... oh, wait, never mind. He already has advantage. I can say I can spend a hope to aid, but I think that would make it worse in this situation given our nation's relations.
So if I could use War Orphan too, that would be awesome. And I'll also spend a hope to add Bold Presence as well. So,
can you make me a knowledge roll, Doctor?
I can't.
Brother Caleb, what do you got?
20
20
with fear.
20 with fear. With
What
that
if I told you
countdown,
10?
10. Okay. Doctor, it's this burden of guilt. Kind of you can feel it waning on you. There's no quantifying this power. It just continues to wane on you, and this can only be described to as what others have quantified as faith. There's a level of gravity that it's causing, and it's almost overbearing. There's part of it that almost feels like you want to cry, tears of joy and sadness at the same time. Brother Caleb, as you call out to it, it says, if you truly believe in the divine and wish for its goodness, then fuel enough power into me that I may break free from this prison. I'm going to say the countdown is 4. I'm going to offer you the opportunity, depending on what you wish to do. You have the ability to, on spellcast rolls, power this thing and decrease the countdown. But you actively would be doing so, and you'd basically be empowering this creature. So I'll leave that up to you as to what you decide to do. But there's an easy course that you understand. Give this creature power, and they would be able to break free from the chains of this mortal plane.
Cool.
Alkir, well, I think you were looking at doing something.
Yeah,
You're invisible currently, right?
He
Or
is
no?
invisible,
Yep.
which would kind of qualify for cloak. Cloaked.
Mhm. Yep.
So he's going to kind of make his way over to the entity, and he's going to go ahead and strike.
Sure. Make the attack roll.
Mm-hmm. That is 15 with fear, unfortunately.
15 with fear. I'll take the fear, but that does miss. Just as you're about to reach in with the blades, you see one of the spinning circles kind of narrowly block and deflect, as it's using the speed of the gyration to just effectively work as armor. As that doesn't hit, I am going to turn to you. With that roll with fear, I'm going to also mark you as guilty. You don't gain hope on results with hope. And then until you are marked guilty, and the next time I hit you with a severe damage, you immediately take severe damage. You can still use
still
armor.
invisible, luckily.
There's kind of like this light, and in the invisibility, it kind of scans, and for a moment, it kind of refracts before you're able to kind of dodge out of the way of the light. But as soon as it looked at you, you were marked. I am going to spend another fear to continue relentless here. And I think I'm going to mark a stress for God Rays. This is going to be an attack with disadvantage against you, Alkir, and everyone is within very far range. No one has left the circle, correct? Okay, so it's going to attack everybody.
I haven't moved. I haven't been able to do anything since the last God race. And keep rolling with fear.
That is going to be a 17 to hit. And then Alkair, for you, that's a 5, so that's a 12 to you.
That misses.
That
Yes.
does miss. So, 17.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I did this wrong, actually. I need everybody to make me a presence reaction roll.
Oh, I mean, that'll go about as well as the attack roll did for me.
It's all the
Presence
same.
reaction roll. I
Right.
apologize. A presence reaction roll
Alright.
for God's Race.
What the hell?
Hey.
10. God
That's-
damn it.
That is
Better.
a fail.
That's a fail
This is
still.
bad.
I mean,
23 presence reaction.
Success.
13. I'm pretty sure that failed last
Fail.
time. So.
14.
That's a fail. You need a
Oh.
16. For those who are marked with guilty, you
Oh, no.
automatically take severe, even if you succeeded, because you're going to be taking some damage. Everyone else on a success is half. Everyone else, it's full. So 19 points of magical damage.
So for those that are marked, it's just the severe at the 3?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep, you are no longer marked guilty here.
Mm.
Which I'm going to spend an armor slot in the beetles, so I will take 1 hit point, 1 armor, and the beetles will go down. I will not
Yep.
be spending hope.
Okay.
Oh, we can spend armor for the.
You
the
can spend
3?
armor, yes. You can spend armor.
Oh,
for
thank
this.
God.
So, as long as you
So,
have
yeah, I'm
an
gonna
armor
go ahead
slot,
with
yeah.
that.
You can make that a major if you spend an armor.
And once we're hit, we're no longer
You're
guilty.
no longer guilty, unless I wish to trigger it again.
I mean, you
Also,
don't have
just
to.
as a note, if anyone needs to take some kind of potion or something, those same like invisible spores have seeped into all your potions. So if you take any consumable that heals or clears stress, you will heal or clear 1 extra.
Okay, noted.
Good.
Very well noted.
'Cause that's what I'm about to do.
Right?
There will be
Same.
no other side effects at all later in your life, for sure.
That's fine.
I trust you.
Cancel later for health now. It's fine.
If you find a
Um,
health potion lasting more than 1 hour, please consult your doctor.
You should take another one.
Oh gosh.
Double down, yeah.
Yeah. Oswald is on his. I mean, he's beaten, battered, bruised, and bloodied right now. So
Yeah.
I am running the hell away and chugging a health potion.
You begin running. There's currently no one within the melee range. Can you make me an agility roll to run
Yeah.
away? Are you running out, or are you wanting to stay at the edge?
I want to get. Hold on. Sorry. What's the range of my bow? That's really what I want to be. I want to get into very far range.
Okay. If you want to get in with very far range, you'd basically have to step outside of this of the aura. Stepping outside of the aura is there's like a large like wind wall that would separate you out. So if you want to get into
I'll
very
get
far,
to the edge.
Okay,
I'll just get
edge.
to the edge then. Yeah.
Okay, running away. What's the agility?
Agility roll. Okay, that's 23.
23 success with
Hope.
hope. Okay.
Let
Doctor.
me roll my health potion real quick.
It's been a minute
I'm
since
gonna
we've heard from
do-
you.
I'm
Hell
gonna
yeah,
go
that's
ahead with the
so I
health
get
potion too,
4.
but that'll be all I do.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to take a potion, you might want to do so before I roll with fear. It's inevitable.
That's yep,
Uh,
100%. So I'm fully healed. Cool.
Trying to think. Oh, it did damage us. Do I want? I will have mark distress to hex
Okay.
it again.
Okay. Go for it. Wait, how often can you hex the same target?
Any number of times.
Okay.
It lasts until you remove it. If I hex something else, or the scene ends. And there's no when a creature. There's no like limit per rest. That might get changed in the final version. We shall see.
You're right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Some of the
Yeah,
witch
go for
things
it.
feel like just like subtle, but probably gonna get changed.
Okay.
I will not hideous retribution though.
Okay.
From my no, I'm debating because how we've done some damage. Does this thing look like it's showing any real wear and tear?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Not yet.
It's a-
Uh-huh.
I'll
A
mark
lot of
another stress
setup
to conjure.
rolls, but it's only been damaged twice.
Mark another stress to get some beetles, get the beetles back active, summon some new beetles, and this thing just sucks. It just sucks to fight. That god race sucks. So, because I want to help our hilltop representative in this moment, but at the same time, I don't want to die. So I will propose a question here.
Sure.
If I tag team with brother Calum, but I want to use something, I want to use Terrify. It makes it move and mark stress. Can I still also use that to funnel energy into it with brother Calum at the same time?
I'll allow it. If you're just wanting to use Terrify as a means of funneling energy, I'll allow it.
I'm also wanting to hopefully use the effect that makes it move a range increment away from me.
I don't think that would apply though. I think if you want to funnel energy, you can funnel
Or
energy.
dollar.
But if you're wanting to use a Terrify feature, then that would not be funneling energy anymore.
That's fair. Well, in that case, I would like to still do it, but with a different ability.
Okay.
As opposed to calling upon power from myself, which I feel may be lacking in this current department for the juice it needs. I will, if you'll allow me, I have Commune. Once per long rest, normally I can like ask a question of nature, spirits, or the otherworldly beings and get like a vision.
Okay.
This, as opposed to like having a vision, I'm wanting to see if I can like connect to like the island, the sea around us, the power that is just inherent in nature, and try and channel that into this angelic being.
Okay, sure. Make me the can you ask the commune question that you're wanting to use, and then we'll make the spellcast roll for the tag team.
I wasn't thinking of any actual question. I was just hoping to use it. I guess the question would be, can you channel power into this angel and get it away from me?
Sure, I'll allow it. Yeah, both of you. Who's spending the hope for the tag team?
Brother Caleb, would you by any chance be willing to spend that hope?
You're muted.
Muted.
Same kills.
If I burn one of my prayer die, I can do it.
You have a better chance than me with my one hope.
All right, I will burn my 3-point prayer die.
Okay.
And
You
that
gain
will give
that
me
hope.
Enough hope.
As you do so,
Yep.
make a
Immediately spend
spellcast
it to
roll
initiate.
for the both of you.
And don't you have +2 because it's currently hexed. So yeah, as the doctor steps forward, his odd there's this like glow of energy.
I do want to
separate
ask,
from, like,
what are
the,
your what are your
arcana.
current relation modifiers?
Listen,
They're the worst.
we don't need to worry about that negative.
I believe you're at a -2, right?
-3.
Okay.
Hilltop and Polaris are not friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
the hex would offset it, but it would be a -1 from this.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make the tag team rolls with both of you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I rolled good, but with fear.
Okay.
All right, hold on a sec.
So you go first.
I got a crit.
I think we'll go with that.
Double tens.
Again.
On a crit, both of you begin emitting power, kind of funneling it through Brother Calum. As it begins to empower the creature, you see the rings start to get much larger. I am going to add a proficiency die for this creature on attacks because it is getting stronger.
Can I move away as well?
You can. With that being said, on a crit, the success brings it down to 2. You are on a countdown of 2 to succeed. I will also note this one thing as well. As you are funneling this creature, you notice that its rings itself around it begin to glow in a sense, and that's where it's storing its power. The rings itself is the power source that's fueling this like a battery. I would say as an individual from Polaris, you immediately start to think into your mind how Corvale kind of utilized a lot of kind of the magitech that propelled many of the inventions as well as an engineer, and you start to notice immediately that Polaris would want this thing as a power source, just to funnel energy from it.
True. If they hadn't sent me to die, it'd be a different equation.
But with that, I would say that this entity is looking at you. Do not repeat the sins of your nations, and is not looking at Brother Calum or the doctor at this point. Do not bind me. I will not serve as a weapon of another war. And its blade kind of lifts, and you can almost see in its strength, the blade itself is held by an angelic hand at this point. Like there's a corporeal hand that you can see. That was a critical. I'm not gonna spend fear, and I'm gonna keep the spotlight on you all.
I'll follow up on the angel's words and yell out to the other ones. I'll be honest, gentlemen. I like most of you all right. I mean, you who tried to kill me over there, less so. But it's a short version. I'm going to side with the angel over siding with you, because the angel will kill me.
Brothers, this belongs to none of us. It is too much for any one nation. Aid me, free it from the binds of our fathers.
I hate to say I agree with him.
Alkir's gonna drop his invisibility, and he's gonna use inspirational words towards Baracus. And the words are, remember the ideal we had, and I think this may be the opportunity to forge alliances. And with that, I'll let you decide. You can either clear a stress, a hit point, or gain a hope.
Okay.
Okay. I will clear a hit point. What? Where's everybody at right now?
I'm waiting on you. I
you're-
kind of feel like I've done a lot.
Okay.
so-
It
Yeah,
seems
I-
like Polaris and
Polaris and Hilltop have decided. that
Polaris and
they're-
Hilltop have made their
Yeah.
choices clear here.
And then where you see Alkir is that he's dropped invisibility. He still kind of has his daggers out, but more so in a defensive stance, to where he's not fully in melee with the entity, but he's close by. But he's kind of having that eye contact with you of like, I will follow your lead and your wisdom in this moment.
Okay. Baracos is going to approach the entity,
Mm-hmm.
and Baracos is going to approach the entity and say, "Your service is not like it was in the past. None here wish to enslave you. We seek to have a partnership of some sort. And I'm going to spend a hope to gain advantage on Deaf Deceiver, because I don't mean that."
Okay.
Embrace the dark. Embrace.
Go ahead and make me the presence roll then. Okay, so none of those words are
Okay.
true, and
10.
I wish to strike it.
I love it.
11, 12, 13. Please be high. A 6. 19 with hope.
Okay.
That was
Its
pretty-
hands leave to its blade kind of goes down into a non-aggressive stance. You have an opening here where I'll give you advantage. If the two of you wish to tag team attack, now would be the time.
You'll also
I'll hop
have
into tag team
+2 from
attack.
the hex, as much as I hate to say it.
I'll hop into a tag team attack.
What are
Seeing an
your
opening.
what are your relational numbers between the two of you?
Who am I tag teaming with? Baracus?
Yeah, we're -3.
You
So
and I are
We're
+2.
absolute enemies.
I mean, this could be an opening for Oswald and Alkhair if you want to roll with a +2.
Well,
For
I think,
Oswald and
okay, I
Alkhair,
think
it would
we
be a
only
flat
have-
roll.
yeah, because I think we
Oh.
got a +1 because we were -1.
Mm-hmm. So
I'll
we're
roll
at the
with
flat roll.
earlier.
I would do it
But
with
I
either of you.
know, Adam, the two of us are allies, so we would have.
I will
+2.
say this: I was waiting for an opening.
Sure, we'll say this. You find an opening here. I will say, are you trying to steal this
take it.
opening from them, or are you gonna? Are they gonna? Actually,
I-
make me an agility roll between the two of you. Between the two of
I'm
you, make
down.
me an agility roll. And whoever succeeds on the agility roll, this is a reaction because it's against each other. But make me a reaction. See who gets whose shot goes faster. Hot hair. Is this a crit?
Unless
Yes.
who-
Doesn't really matter anyway. Yeah.
23.
it beat me.
Before you're still kind of licking your
had-
wounds as you're kind of focusing your bow. As Baracus and Alkhair, go ahead and make me the tag team roll.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
beat my 24 with the crit. So it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fast.
On my part, Baracus, as he kind of drops his armor, I picture the rings start slowing down a little bit, is going to take another shot with that fireball.
Yeah, go for it.
Straight up the gut.
Up.
The gut.
The creature. Yeah, go for it.
16 with hope.
Okay. Alkair, what do you get?
Oh, I got 15 with hope.
Okay.
Is that with your
including
+2s?
Is that including the +2s?
That is not.
Oh, no.
From Hex.
Okay.
With the +2s, 17 with hope.
17 with
And
hope.
I hate to help
18
you in
with
this
hope.
moment.
A 17 with hope is going to succeed. Both of you roll for damage.
Perfect.
Come on, big die.
But after it kills you, it will kill us.
Would this count with
Mild.
sneak attack or no?
This would. Alkair's within melee range.
The
Or
+2 is
an
on
Alkair.
damage too, right?
With Hex?
Yes.
For Hex,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think so, yeah.
All
Our
damage rolls
Baracus is
against.
within melee.
So
Oh, bracket. I didn't mean to be within melee.
In order to get in this range, you would have had to be within melee at this point.
risk it for the biscuit.
It's up to you.
Well, I'm about to use fireball.
Well, yeah,
So-
you can throw it at the center of this creature. It's a 30-foot diameter. It's not going to hit you.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah. You're just in with
Um,
melee range of the next strike if he does hit you.
Sure, yes. Fair. I rolled 31 damage.
Okay.
Dear God.
Far better than mine. I did, so with the +2s, that is 14. Do the +2 add to sneak attack as well?
It's just
I think it's just added
the
once.
add as a whole overall.
Oh, add as a whole.
it's
so
outside
that's-
it's outside the parentheses.
So that's 19 damage total.
19. With
Yeah.
49 50 points of damage.
Right? You rolled a 41? Or
Yes,
31?
with 50 points of damage, that is going to be a severe wound. This thing begins to sputter from the inside.
It also marks a stress.
It marks a stress. It's
From
now vulnerable.
Devouring Dagger.
With Devouring Dagger, it is now vulnerable as it takes its last stress. It should begin sputtering all over the place. As the Doctor and Brother Caleb are funneling energy into this creature, I am going to spend a fear here. I am going to spend another fear for judgment. I'm going to judge Baracus. I'm going to spend another fear for Relentless 2 to make a you know what? I'm going to spend the last of my fear. I'm going to spend another judgment on... I think it would turn and look at you, Brother Caleb, and say, "You lie. You hold me here to lie." And it's going to cast judgment on you. And then because of how strong it is, I am going to spend my last fear to activate God. No, I can't activate God Rays because I have no stress to mark. It's going to look at you, Brother Caleb. You
Unfortunate.
cannot gain a hope, and next time you were hit, it was going to be severe damage. That last fear that I am going to use is just going to be a strike towards you, Baracus. As long as I hit, it's severe damage. I don't even need to roll damage.
I had a bunch of cool one-liners planned, but we're fighting an angel, so they kind of float with that.
Baracus. That's a natural 1. Can you
Does not hit.
Can you describe to me how you deflect a god-sized blade?
A god-sized blade.
Yeah.
Parry this.
Baracus, with his staff, does a very non-agile, like almost a pole vault. As it's coming, he sticks his scepter in the ground and gets his feet off the ground just enough to avoid it, and lifts his scepter up before the blade swings and cleaves through it.
It is still standing. If there are multiple people that want to do something right now, it is in between life and escape. It is a mere roll with how much health it has.
I take a shot.
If someone
I
wanted
was
to do
going to
something,
try and make a deal with good old Oswald, but it sounds like he's firing first.
He was ready. He was right.
Sure.
Like, he was
Oswald, go
primed.
ahead and make the attack.
Oswald, good sir, if I could have a moment of your time.
I see you are pulling your bow back. Might I suggest not to?
That is that's pretty good. That is 26 with hope.
26 with
Oh
hope is
my.
going to hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
And I will go ahead and dump my 2 Slayer die into this.
You also
Okay.
have
What
a
are
rally
the
die you can add to your
odds
damage.
that I could not stop him, but I could attempt to blighting strike him before that arrow actually impacts?
What do you mean?
Blighting strike is a spell. It's an attack. As long as I hit someone, Their next attack does half damage.
I'll allow it if this isn't all happening in tandem. Go ahead and make the.
I love it.
I would assume
am
Blighting
I-
Strike is the arrow's already released, and you're trying to catch the arrow before it hits in the air.
It's like a tether of magic.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, Jesus.
That's
I'll use that Bard Rally. Because I don't think 11's going to hit you. That probably won't either. 13?
Oswald,
Is it-
13.
Is it against my evasion?
It's against your evasion, yeah.
It's a miss.
Yeah.
The arrow's moving
It was
farther.
also
It
with
just barely kind of grabs a hole. It barely misses, but the arrow finds purchase. How much
Okay.
damage is this?
It's taking that. Oh, I'm gonna spend my last strategic approach token. Where's my D8? D8. Oh my god, so good. Okay, so 18 plus 9 is 27.
How
Plus
do
7
you,
is 34.
How do you want to do this?
So, after Oswald literally was on an inch of his life, he ran away. Seeing the opening from the tag team, the fireball, and all that, I just steady aim my shot, and I'm going to try to catch it right into its eye, and just let it fly.
As you do so, the creature begins to spin and the rings start to separate all over the place. Wings start to are bare, but they kind of two of the wings kind of get like shattered from the spinning rings, and the rings kind of hit the edge of this kind of wind wall and then get kind of sent straight to the ground. As it begins to die, it's the choice is yours as to what to do, and you have failed everyone. God Raise is going to trigger one more time. I need everybody to make a presence check for me.
Caleb would have shrugged it off.
Okay. With?
Using bold presence.
Okay.
Bold presence. Once per short rest, or once per rest, when you gain a condition, you can describe how your bold presence aids you in this situation.
Okay.
And he literally just stares twice as fiercely back at, like, as he sees eyes and a face form.
That's awesome.
And he just has a look of total sorrow and pity, and he's like, "No, brother, I did not lie to you. I have grown with war as you have. I know its pain.
With that,
Go in peace."
make me the presence reaction rolls to dodge God Raise, everyone.
I'm
I
still
did not.
guilty, right?
You're still
Crap.
guilty. Even if you take half damage, it still would be severe.
Oh, well. Only he's guilty. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
I'm
about to
guilty,
say,
yeah.
oh, fuck.
A 6.
6.
17.
Hey, that's 2. That's only slightly worse than mine.
13.
13. It's a fail. Full damage here. You needed a 16. Full damage here would be 16 points of magical damage.
Okay.
Halved for those who succeed over 16. But as the God Rays sputter, you all taking a variety of different damage, you see the rings kind of separate and scatter across the battlefield. You see the arrow fired from Oswald, the last final shot, still in that same pose. Baracus, you find yourself right at the body of what was essentially this single entity, and its energy is just spattered on the ground in front of you. Al-Khair, you see what was a weapon that has been completely demolished and in need of reassemble. Doctor, a battery of some kind that now needs to be reconstituted back together. And Brother Caleb, a creature that you tried to free as to not fall into the orders of anyone's hands, any nation, now taken. All of you begin to lock eyes with each other, unsure of where each one's individual alliances stand. But there are pieces on the ground as this creature's soul sits. The creature may be dead, but that does not mean the nations have found peace. And I think with that, that's where we will end this one shot. for 5 mana converting.
Heck yeah.
Then we can have a special one shot later where it's a PvP arena.
Battle Royale.
Literally what it feels like right now.
Yeah.
Just the
With
Mexican
that, everyone,
Yes.
that is the one shot. That is this episode of the Gauntlet. Next week, we're going to be jumping into Beast Feast with some friends at the Dodoborn, who are going to be joining us for a special one shot there as we continue navigating through all these Gauntlet, so you go through all these campaign frames. With that, once again, to the three of you, John, Prince, Fable, for joining us from the Discord and from the community. As AJ said in the beginning, if you're interested in playing games with any one of us here, we're running games. I think I run the most games out of all of us. But 2026, it's a new year. We're gonna have things throughout the year. We're gonna have a lot of different pieces of content. And once again, in 2 weeks, you'll see the next episode of the Gauntlet. So with that being said, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
You're lucky Daniel's calling. He saved your lives from me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably.
Oh,
I'd be down for it. Let's go.
summon horror.
Horror.
Horror. Summon horror.
Horror.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
That is a natural
20?
20. I don't think I've ever had anyone quadruple the severe threshold.
Quadruple it?
This would be a first.
Wow. Yeah, so Chuck is gonna wave in its face and just be like, duh, look at me, I smell like bacon. And I'm gonna try to chase it away. And I'm gonna use
It's all fun and games, but we got you. Different plan. Pugs love bacon.